What if the reason your business feels heavy isn't because you're doing it wrong, but because you're doing it disconnected? Disconnection is subtle. It doesn't shout. It creeps in when you're tired, when you stop telling the truth, most especially to yourself, when showing up becomes a performance instead of an offering. Today, we're pulling the thread on a quiet epidemic among women in business and the price we pay when we lose that connection with ourselves. Picture this. I'm at my altar, incense is burning, coffee is half drunk, candles flickering next to my laptop, part mystic, part rebel, fully done with business as usual. This is Awaken Your Biz Goddess, a podcast for wild-hearted women who never fit the mold and aren't about to start now. I'm Audrey Acton, intuitive biz coach, sacred space holder, and your guide on the pathless path. Come as you are, leave lit up. Let us begin. Hello, Goddess. Thanks for being here. Look, there's a moment where something starts to shift inside of you. You're not fully gone yet, but you can feel yourself drifting. That drifting, it shows up in many ways. That disconnection looks like confusion, loneliness, falling back into old patterns you thought you'd conquered. Maybe you don't post that thing you wanted to say. Maybe you water it and yourself down. You second guess your gut, and the lost trust in yourself bleeds into the rest of your life when you can't decide what to make for dinner. You hear yourself repeating the right words, but it all feels hollow. Disconnection rarely happens all at once. It's subtle. It's when we stop checking in with our own truth, with our heart. I mean, we're still moving, but our soul isn't invited on the drive. Look, this is how it starts. You get busy. You skip your morning ritual just for today. You say yes when you wanted to say no. And, big one, you keep going. Because business has to move, right? Errands have to be run, chores need to be done. Those pesky clothes and dishes don't simply wash themselves after all. But here's the thing. Disconnection might keep you going, but it doesn't let you arrive. And more importantly, it doesn't let you be present. Let's name some truths. Women in business, especially soul-led women, have been conditioned to separate ourselves from the very parts of us that give us power. We have been told emotions are unprofessional, intuition unreliable, sensitivity, you're being weak. We're too much to be taken seriously. So we adapt. We mask ourselves up. We shape ourselves into something more appropriate. More importantly, our passion, our reason, our why has been relegated to the back. Not even understanding we're the ones who pushed it all away. And then we wonder, where did our drive go? Where's my desire? Why don't I care about this anymore? What that really means? We left ourselves behind. Here's what you need to know, though. It wasn't done because of failure. It was out of pure survival instinct. The worst part is, the longer we stay away, the more we forget the way back. How do you know when it's happening? It might just feel like constant fatigue. I mean, come on, I'm not the only one, right? And even when you've done nothing, it's there. You've got creative fog, like you can't quite hear yourself. I mean, I know for me, I have a tendency to lose my words. What was that word again? There's numbness. You keep going, but you actually feel nothing. And then, of course, anxiety around being seen, even when you want to be seen. I mean, talk about your cognitive dissonance, right? Your marketing feels hollow, and the second guessing is off the charts. Your work starts to feel transactional instead of passionate and connected, And it's hard to tap into that part of you that just wanted to help, to serve, to share the gifts that you have been granted. You simply lose your joy. And somewhere along the way, you start asking, what's wrong with me? But here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just tired of performing. You're homesick for yourself. Let me say this plainly. Your business cannot thrive when you are disconnected from you. I remember a boss of mine once told me I needed to calm down. I was like, what? All I had done was get excited about a new direction, and it was a new way of doing things, and that was apparently too much. I made him uncomfortable. It was really that simple. He didn't know what to do with my excitement, so it had to be shamed away. And because I was still learning in the business world, I listened, and sadly, I accepted his advice. It made me hyper aware of my exuberance, my natural passion for life. My over-the-top way of looking at things was, well, it is my natural way of living and seeing the world. But I spent more time focusing on toning myself down than on work. I watched what I said, what I wore, what I thought even half the time. I simply became careful. And I disconnected from a really sacred part of myself. And when I started my own business, I thought, yes, I can find passion again. I can wear what I want. I don't have to conform anymore. I can think what I want. I don't have to be careful. But that power and passion, they don't live in a marketing plan. They live in your body, in your cycle, your knowing, in your fire. And I didn't know that then. I thought I'd just flip the switch, the one that needed to be turned on again, like turning the light on. And I found that there was a little bit more to it than that. I found that this isn't just emotional, it's energetic. That disconnection, it drains your magic, your clarity, your voice, your individual spark. And I had to claw my way back from that boring edge of conformity and learn to be passionate again. Crazy, right? I had to feel safe in being me in order to stop being careful. And it didn't start where I thought it would with, another productivity hack or new marketing or, despite what the smart money was on. I did try it all before true understanding came to me. And I realized what I really needed was a mirror, a map, a remembering of me, to me. So what is the path home? It really starts small. It's a breath into your belly with presence. It's a share with a customer or a BBF, your business best friend, that tells the truth, your truth. It's a walk outside with no headphones. It's a journal page, messy and real, tearing the paper if you need to. It's a prayer whispered with your morning coffee. I have one of those. And then you let yourself be seen. Not the polished version, the scared one, the soft one, the messy, magical, waking one. In a way, showing up in your real self, magical and messy and real, it creates a powerful motion towards those dreams, toward that passion, and toward what you want to share. You don't have to find yourself. You were never lost. You're the one who left. And you left to be safer, to go along, to get along. And sadly, in my experience, we all seem to do it. And this is the thing. You're allowed to come back. That first step starts with presence. And I would love to offer you this week's spellette to begin your remembering. Use this as a mantra for the week as an affirmation that you can believe and accept as your truth. Or you can light a candle, breathe deeply, center yourself, ground yourself, and affirm yourself with the passion you know is in you. And say this: I return to myself. I remember my rhythm. I lead from my whole truth. If this stirred something in you, subscribe to Awaken Your Biz Goddess. This is more than a podcast. It's a path back to yourself along that pathless path. Subscribe to Whispers from the Wild Mystery for behind-the-scenes stuff, truths, rituals, the kind of stuff that I don't post anywhere else. Because look, your business was never meant to cost you you. Come back to the mystery. Lead from your power. Live like the goddess that you are. Thanks for being here.